there, good Monday morning. It is December 2nd. We are 23 days away from Christmas, if you can believe that. Of course, it's Cyber Monday. We're not really covering any of that on here in our update today, but you can always check out khou.com for some of the biggest deals out there. Also some tips to avoid being hacked when you're loading up on stuff. The way this works, I'm covering some of the big stories that you guys are sharing, that you're clicking on khou.com. So if you have comments or questions about any of these stories, go ahead and leave them below. We will circle back. Jaime's running the computer. We're going OG with Jaime today. So we'll talk about your comments and questions at the end of all this. Excuse me. But diving right in, one of the top stories that you guys seem to show a lot of interest in is this cartel attack just south of the border in Mexico. It happened in Villa Union over the weekend. Yesterday, there was another round of gunfire between the government and this armed group that stormed the town on Saturday. So about 14 people were killed on Saturday, another 7 yesterday. The government says security forces are going to stay there. We have a link up above if you want to click and really read up on that one, but just absolutely terrifying. I can't imagine what it was like to be in that town. Again, this is about 35 miles south of the border with Texas. A little closer to home, we're talking between Crosby and Huntsville. Crosby and Huffman. There's a very good distance between Crosby and Huntsville. There was a shooting, but the story behind this is just bizarre. So Harris County deputies say a guy was at a wedding there yesterday. This is at the barn at Four Pines Ranch. He was at a wedding there, falls asleep in a bathroom that's outside of the venue, wakes up in the middle of the night, tries to break into one of the buildings, and in doing so gets the attention of the caretaker and the property owner, who confront him, and that escalates into a fight. And then one of those people shot the guy, and we don't know his condition. It happened at about 1:20 this morning. We do know a helicopter airlifted him to the hospital for treatment, but just one of those stories that has you scratching your head. Deputies say they're still kind of looking to piece together how it all went down, but the initial outline we have is weird. Let's scoot up to North Texas. I think it's funny that you guys are so interested in this. Maybe you've been to this winter wonderland in Frisco. A lot of people who've attended it are frustrated, and they're asking for refunds because they say it just doesn't live up to what it's billed as. So the website for this place says it has a snow pit, it has a candy making shop, it has a light maze, and people who've gone say the snow pit is like maybe an inch of snow on asphalt. The candy making shop is just, a candy shop. No one's making anything in there. There's the snow pit. Yeah. And the light maze is just like lights on a fence. It's nothing exceptional. So adults paid $30 to get in. Kids are $20. Some parents have said they spent like $150 to take their family through here the other day, and we're just wildly disappointed. So on the website it says no refunds, but organizers now say that they will start offering them, and we have information about how to do that on khou.com. So I'm super curious what your interest is in this story. Have you been to that? Was there something else that caught your interest? I don't know that I've ever been wildly disappointed by any Christmas thing I've gone to, right? Like, as long as there are lights and music, but $30 a pop is that's pretty expensive. And finally, did you catch a little game last night? Texans playing the Patriots, and they won for the first time since January 3rd, 2010. It was crazy. So Deshaun Watson had 3 TD passes, and also in like this trick play where DeAndre Hopkins tossed him the ball, he scored another touchdown. Just wild. I keep thinking about the people who have Deshaun Watson on their fantasy team and how thankful they must be for him. I had Kenny Stills, but I benched him. It's a poor choice, and I'm going to lose this week. And if I had won this week, I would have gone to the playoffs. So serves me right. We have a link up above for freebies that you get when the Texans win. Papa John's, Jack in the Box, even Mattress Firm. I don't know, maybe you can pair it with like a Cyber Monday deal. You can read through all the offers up top. And now we want to check in with Erica Lopez. She's got to look at our beautiful fall forecast.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It feels amazing outside. Just cool enough, but not too cold. Temperatures at 46 degrees right now, but a lot of us did wake up to the low 30s, or excuse me, low 40s, upper 30s out there. But here's a look at the temperature difference. If you're comparing it to yesterday morning at this time, it was still beautiful on Sunday, but slightly cooler because a drier air mass filtered in. So anywhere from 5 to about 15 degrees cooler right now. So all of us are out of the 30s. That did manage to dip down to the 30s. So we're all in the 40s at this moment. But overall, most of our day, we're going to be in the 50s and low 60s. Notice latest models are showing us we will make it to the low 60s. And that is all because of the fact that we're under the influence of a ridge of high pressure. So high pressure is giving us sunshine the next several days. It's given us beautiful weather, and we're going to stay with this pattern for at least the first half of the week until we have a little kink in the jet stream. So notice this dip. That's what we call a trough of low pressure, and that's going to be able to change our weather pattern as we fast forward to the second half of the work week. So here's what's going on in terms of how it's all going to influence us. So high pressure in control right now. High pressure equals beautiful weather. We will have a weak frontal boundary move through tomorrow. It's not going to be the type of front that you notice. All it's going to do is make sure our winds stay as a north wind. So it's going to reinforce a drier air out there. No rain chances with that. Here's our next rain chance. Whenever we have that kink in the jet stream, that's going to allow our next front to move through. So that front, it comes in from the Pacific. It's not going to be very strong at all, but it will bring in our next rain chance late Thursday night into early Friday morning. Very minimal. Rain chances are there. Once it pushes through, it's going to clear us out and set us up for another lovely weekend. So we're pretty spoiled here for this week and the upcoming weekend with that small rain chance, and primarily overnight also. So heads up for your weekend forecast. Saturday, lots of sunshine. Sunday, clouds start to build in, a south wind spec, and that does try to increase rain chances, but we're keeping it at a 20% right now. So again, today, how your Monday's going to play out. 40s, chilly this morning. Notice you may still need a sweater for all the children heading out to school. Hopefully they're already on the bus or at school already, but 50s intact for their lunchtime plans, and we'll be in the 60s this afternoon. So very minimal rain chance. It's going to be such a lovely week. Take advantage of the outdoors. This is fall in Texas, the type of weather that we look forward to, and we get all week long to enjoy it. Brandy?
It does feel so nice outside. Even this morning it was chilly. I had to throw on a jacket, but it like woke me up. It was the nice, brisk, cool, not like the stuffy, I don't know, like that feels like a wet blanket kind of cold that we sometimes get here. Let's go over comments and questions. Jaime, anything popping over there?
Well, first let me start off by saying good morning to everyone who's watching. Hold on, I should turn on my mic first there. Okay.
Oh.
Good morning. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this, but good morning to Dominique. She says have a blessed day. Good morning to Josue. I'm a little jealous of this one. Rosie says good morning to Brandy and Brandon. I'm like, oh, I don't think I ever got a shout out when I was doing this before. So I'm a little jealous of Brandon this morning.
I'm sure Rosie corrected that because she probably posted that before she heard me say that Jaime was doing it.
Yeah, but no, we have quite a few people watching this morning, so thank you guys. A lot of people definitely reacting to the news south of the border with this shootout, and it's just I guess it's just really kind of sad and kind of disturbing that this is still kind of going on after all this time. A lot of people are commenting about the Texans win too. Johnny says the Texans kicked a little butt last night.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. It was. I mean, I don't know if you stayed up for the whole game.
I did not stay up for any of the game.
Wow.
0% of the game. So I woke up to the surprise headline. I was like, what? Really?
I know. I said, okay, I'm going to stay up. And when they went up to 14-3, I said, okay, this is going great. Wow. And things were going really well. But I'm like, it just wasn't a lead that I was just very comfortable with. So I was like, okay, you're gonna.
You can't ever be comfortable with a lead when you're playing the Patriots. I think back to Super Bowl 51 here in Houston,
Right.
where the Patriots were down 3 touchdowns to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And came back and won it.
So yeah, I knew I just didn't want to go to sleep and wake up disappointed. So I was like, I'm going to watch it all the way through now. And sure enough, even though it kind of gives a little bit of a scare at the end there, it was just a pleasure to watch. It was just so much fun. So much fun.
I'm super impressed that anyone watched that game and then gets up and works our shift. Because I come in at 2. Adam Bennett stayed up and watched it. He was here at 2. You get in at 4?
Yes.
When did the game end?
Oh gosh, it felt like it was after 10 o'clock. I'm almost sure. I didn't look at the exact time, but it was well past my bedtime. So
After 10 o'clock is a land I am not familiar with. Because if I am up past 10 o'clock, oh boy, are we in trouble.
Oh, and then of course, even after that, after such a great game, I had a hard time going to sleep. You
I
just
can
feel
see
sort
that.
of energized in a way, and especially like last night when they, I haven't really seen them play a game so well, like game planned and executed. I mean, they just were really on top of things. I know the score wasn't, a really big lead, but they just looked really good last night.
Chinedu Ogu, who does features for us, he does a segment called Monday Morning Quarterback on Monday mornings. Shocking. Did a really great summary of the emotions of fans as they watch the game. So we can post a link to that in the comments so you guys can check it out, because it's like 1:15 and you'll get a chuckle out of it. It's I'm pretty sure how every Texan fan felt.
Yeah, absolutely. It is funny because we posted a meme earlier, just celebrating the win, and I could tell there are some Texans haters on there, and kind of saying, oh, this is just a regular season. You guys act like you won the Super Bowl, and I was like, anybody who knows football knows this was a big deal. This was a very big deal.
The Texans hadn't beat them in 9 years, almost 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Johnny says Tom Brady is always dangerous, even when they are down 3 touchdowns. Yeah, you can't give him time.
Yeah.
And that's about what happened at the end of the game, when they almost recovered the onside kick.
Yeah.
And you give Tom Brady any time, he can make magic happen. But It's
Absolutely.
been incredible to see Deshaun Watson and how magical he can be, because last night he just showed out.
Yeah.
Like he does. Like he does. Kim asked if I'm related to Steve Smith, who used to be a news anchor. No. Smith is my married name. So, no relation.
Real quickly, I would like to get a shout out to Rosie, because she just want to say good morning. Good morning, Rosie. Appreciate that. Yeah, I hadn't done this in a while. Brandon took it over. How long ago did Brandon take it over?
Brandon's done it. We've had Kevin do it.
Yeah.
Nick has done it
That's
a handful
right.
of times.
Nick too. Who's got a little bit of a falling off, if I understand correctly, on these.
Yeah,
watch.
and Kevin's great too. I didn't realize the two of them do a podcast, a movie podcast.
Oh, really?
That they just launched. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's kind of because you can tell they're used to just talking. Brandon's he's like, no, there's
Yeah.
a reason I stayed on the other side of the camera. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, Brandon and I are definitely in the same boat in that regard. So, yeah.
Nonsense. All right, y'all. There's another update coming up at 2:15 this afternoon if you want to tune in. Otherwise, see ya.